My name is Melissa Garrett. I am the Executive Director of Genesis House. I've been here for almost 18 years. The Genesis House is an agency that works with victims of domestic and sexual violence. We try to offer safety at our shelter. We have goods and services that we provide them. We also have advocates that go to court to work with the victims of domestic and sexual violence and be pretty much the court liaison between the DA's office, any part of the court system to make sure that survivor is understanding what's going on.
My name is Shavonda Jones. I am the housing advocate and court advocate. I serve Macon County, Smith County, and White County. The goal is for them to transition from the shelter into permanent housing. In court, I usually talk to victims just to kind of keep them informed of what's going on within court, tell them about our services that we have to see if there's anything that I can do for them or anything that I can get them.
Our shelter is we have an emergency shelter. The hotline's 24/7. Someone will answer that call at any given time. The shelter we provide for victims, survivors, and their families of domestic and sexual violence. We help with housing. We assist if they need with applications for housing, with job applications. We make sure they have transportation, whether it be by staff, by cab, by bus, whatever means necessary to make sure they make appointments, doctor's appointments, court appointments, things like that. Our job is to pretty much assist them into getting into a stable life and independent.
It was real fearful. Because he would always say he was going to kill me if I think you're finna leave, and when he sleep, I have to be right there. Because it was like if I get up and move, I guess he knew it. He would wake up, where you going? You can't leave, I had nobody, no family. He just isolated me from everybody. Pretty rough, devastating. I went through a lot. And for like 15 years, till I finally just couldn't take no more, and it was horrible because I didn't have nowhere to go, nobody to turn to, and it was like I never could be alone to get away because he was always around me, or I had to be with him, and it was pretty rough.
Can you tell me?
I kind of woke up and got tired, and the way I got away was he had been out all night and he come in and went to sleep. And when he went to sleep, I'd already planned my escape. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pack this bag. And I was hiding money under the mat, under the carpet, and I was like putting back. So that was like, okay, I put this money back this week. He won't know. He think it's groceries. And he come in drunk, went to sleep, and I packed my bag, and I just left. Went to a friend's house, and he didn't know about that friend. We had planned. So she was the one that told me I need to get to some kind of, domestic violence shelter. Call and talk to the house manager. And I had money, like I said, on me. So she told me, said, we have room, go to the bus station. And when I got there, I knew I was safe because there's a lot of police. And so I got my ticket, and I waited for 4 hours before my bus, would leave. And that's how I got away.
We received a grant through the Office of Criminal Justice Program back in 2000 to open up a center to bring a more private setting for victims of sexual assault. In this center, we were able to hire nurses, SANEs, sexual assault nurse examiners, who would go through the SANE training, to be able to perform rape exams. At that point in time, we had one, and this was a confidential place that people can come without law enforcement being contacted to have a rape exam done with the thought of, I don't know what to do right now. I don't know if I want to prosecute this. I don't know if I want law enforcement involved. And that was okay. We would do the rape exam. We would save the rape, all the evidence would be collected and sealed. And we would keep that. And we would keep that for a certain amount of time, and until that person says, yeah, 3 weeks later, they decided they want to prosecute. So at that point in time, law enforcement could be contacted and the evidence could be transferred over to them. And then we've had some that call and say, no, I'm not doing anything. I don't want it. You can destroy it. And then they would come over and that process would take place. The advocate would be called no matter what time. If it was 2 o'clock in the morning and a rape exam was going to be performed, that advocate that was on call would be called in, and that advocate would be there for support. Whether it's to hold her hand or his hand, or to stand outside the room and talk to him afterwards. We were available for that. What it boils down to is we'll take anything, because when somebody comes to the shelter, they have pretty much nothing. And if they're going to get out on their own, have their own place, they need lamps, they need microwaves, they need tables, they need couches. So we take any kind of household items also. We also take cleaning supplies. We will take any donation. We see a lot of people come through the shelter, and some come and go, and then there's some that stick because they maybe needed more help. But it makes it well worth it when you see those people become self-sufficient, become independent, and then they call us saying, what can we do to help you? Can we come and talk to people? Can we come tell our story? So it's a happy moment to see a client that was at her lowest of low, or his lowest of low, and now they are reaching out to help others.